morning, fans, from Blaine, Minnesota. One final time, I'm Alex Von Coitel bringing you Wildcats hockey on the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Well, I would call this game the Clash of the Titans, but frankly, that would be misleading. This game, folks, has all the elements of an epic series finale as your Cats, 3-0 on the showcase, take on the New Jersey Titans, who are in the exact same boat. Both teams look to remain perfect here before heading back home. We'll just call this one the Clash with the Titans. To recap the showcase for both teams, the New Jersey Titans kicked off the showcase with a 3-2 win over the Bismarck Bobcats, followed by a 4-2 win over the Minnesota Magicians. Yesterday, they held on for dear life against the Topeka Roadrunners, who just couldn't complete the third period comeback. The final of that one also 3-2 for New Jersey. As for the Cats, a nail-biter against Minot ended 2-0, courtesy of a Jacob Dalton power play goal and an Adam Goodser empty netter. The Cats then took down the Cooley Region Chill by a score of 2-1 the following afternoon, followed by a blowout last night against the Kenai River Brown Bears. The final score in that contest, 8-3, Wichita Falls. A couple of players to look for in this game. Anthony Cusinelli for the Titans has 6 points on the year and a goal in all 3 games in the showcase. He will certainly look to keep that streak going against a very stingy Wildcats defense, which has only surrendered 4 goals in 3 games since arriving here in Blaine. For the Cats, Adam Goodser is still red hot, folks. He scored 2 goals yesterday against Kenai, giving him 5 on the year, and he remains tied with Ben Lown for the Cats' leading scorer with 7 points on the 2015-16 campaign. As for some lineup changes for the Cats, New Jersey native Austin Albrecht is a scratch tonight, so he will not have the opportunity to square off against some opponents he grew up playing with. Parker Mismash, Alex Falconer, and Demantis Sipis are also out, as Holden Cronin remains a scratch for precautionary purposes after he took that hefty hit to the head on Wednesday night against the Minotauros. Back in the lineup for your Cats are veteran blue liner Jeff Baum, savvy playmaker Alexei Poikala, and skilled winger Ryan Burnett. Julian Syme gets the nod in net tonight for the Cats, and Kevin Gallmer will be between the pipes for New Jersey. We're going to get a few starting lineup announcements here, and we'll be right back to bring you first period action here on day 4 and rink 4 here in Blaine, Minnesota for the 2015-16 showcase. Stay tuned, folks.
Wearing white, the New Jersey Titans, and in black as the visiting score on the scoreboard, Wichita Falls Wildcats. Let's meet the starting lineup, starting with our visiting team. Starting in net and protecting the pipes, number 30, Julian Syme. Starting at D, number 4, Jake Dalton. His defensive partner, number 5, Noah Gilbreth. Starting at forward, number 7, Ben Lown. Starting forward, number 12, Adam Goodser. And starting forward, number 25, Nikita Litviak. Now for your home team, the Titans. Starting in net, number 1, Kevin Gallmer. Starting forward, number 18, Bruno Berzaitis. Number 19, Mike Gillot. And number 15, Andrew Durham. Starting defense, number 23, Darren Brady. His defensive partner, number 25, Dan Weaver. Now we would like to ask you to join us in honoring our nation by rising. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing
welcome back, fans, to Rink 4 of the Schwann Super Rink here in Blaine, Minnesota on day 4 of a 4-game journey that is the 2015-16 showcase as these two Titans come together. One in the literal form of a Titan and one in a figurative one. Both teams undefeated here thus far in the showcase. 3-0, looking to remain perfect here in Blaine before returning home. As Adam Goodser's line is sent out to take the opening faceoff against Andrew Durham's line. The puck drops and we are underway. The opening faceoff is won by the Wichita Falls Wildcats as Dalton makes an errant pass, but it's cleared out to center and dumped back in behind the net of Julian Syme, who gets his first handle on the puck. Jacob Dalton now for Ben Lown on the near side. Turned it over. It's onside, rule the officials. Bruno Berzaitis carries across the goal line. Looks on back to the point. Here's a wrist shot redirected wide of the goal. Behind the net, Berzaitis centered one. Tied up there was Durham by Lown, so he couldn't pull the trigger. Sent D to D, far point, a long shot, missed the net. As it trickles on goal, and Syme covered it long enough to gain a whistle as Adam Goodser now doing some pushing and shoving with Andrew Durham. Mike Jalot, rather, for New Jersey. Garrett Van Wy's line getting its first step on the ice, and Raymond Bryce's line now for New Jersey taking the ice. Van Wy versus Bryce in the face-off circle, won by Bryce. Back to the near point for New Jersey. Here's a long shot, stopped by Syme. Rebound backhander, also stopped by Syme. Picked up behind the Wichita Falls net. The New Jersey Titans really applying some pressure here. Sent to the goal line, Cusinelli tried to feed one across, and it was intercepted by the Cats. And they go the other way with it. Austin Beaulieu took a shot, that one blocked. Rolls into the far corner. Van Wy chips it back to Russell at the far point. Russell fakes out a forechecker, takes a shot. That one missed the net and goes up high and out of play. It was shot directly out of play, so a neutral zone faceoff was taken. Garrett Van Wy reversing the puck onto Paisan's tape. Tried to spring Beaulieu, intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Cusinelli, who had gained entry into the Wichita Falls zone a bit prematurely, so offside is whistled against the Titans. Just a minute and a half into our game here between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the New Jersey Titans. Still no score. As New Jersey resident and native, one of the Wildcats owners, Alex Schneiderman, watches with a very watchful eye from the benches, from the bleachers rather, in this game. Davis Sebald is back for New Jersey. Cleared out into the Wichita Falls zone. Hines is first to it, so icing is the call against New Jersey. 18:21 to go here in the first period of Wildcats hockey presented by American Classified. Still no score in our game. And the Cats now with a chance on an offensive zone faceoff. As Eric Yeager steps in, flanked by new line mates Alexei Poikla and Ryan Burnett. Poikla with his first look on the left wing side. Since being here in Wichita Falls, he has played center all but this game as a long shot from Baum at the blue line is blocked out in front. Cleared back to the far point. Baum keeps it in. Into the corner for Yeager. Backhanded behind the net for Ryan Burnett. Burnett's got it. Looking back to Hines, but he turns and shoots. Hit a leg out in front. Loose puck in front. Picked up backhand pass. Burnett shoots. Blocked in front and corralled by the netminder Kevin Golmer, who holds on. Good puck movement there by the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Their real first shot on goal as Golmer makes his first stop. And the puck flies up high and over the net. Goes around the near boards. New Jersey trying to get this puck out. They turn and go D to D behind the New Jersey net. Puck fired into the Wichita Falls zone. After it there was Gregory Malafront. A long wrist shot blocked in front. Loose puck in the slot, picked up by Jeff Baum, who finds Jonathan Lazarus, who guides it out to center for Max Reisinger, his fellow veteran, gaining the New Jersey line, cutting wide on the New Jersey defense, and Joseph Naffey lost a handle on it, did Reisinger, and the New Jersey Titans are able to clear out to center ice. Reisinger picks up the loose puck. Titans scrambling to make a line change. Ben Lowndes skates across the New Jersey line. Delays, fed one in behind the Titans net and around the backboards. Big hit there by Nikita Litviak. As a long wrist shot. Stick save is made in goal by Kevin Golmer, and he just hangs on. 16:49 to go here in the first period of hockey here on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink in Blaine, Minnesota. Day 4 of your annual showcase between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the New Jersey Titans. A clash of the Titans, if ever there was one. 2 3-0 teams from the showcase thus far, squaring off in one final showdown before heading back home this afternoon. Jacob Dalton gains the red line and dumps it in behind the New Jersey net. Darren Brady is back defensively for the Titans, and he clears it around the far boards. Guided out to center and beyond the stick of Bruno Berzaitis, so icing will be the call against the Titans, and the Cats with another chance on an offensive zone draw coming up here. Titans win the draw, however, and bank the puck out to center. Fired in behind the net of Julian Syme by Mike Jalot. Andrew Durham working the boards in behind the Cats net while his mates were changing. Job well done by him, but Garrett Van Wy skates it back the other way. Finds Austin Bolio on the left wing side. Van Wy in front. That one would not go. Picked up by Bolio now behind the New Jersey net. Battling for it. He's a bit outnumbered, but he jams it free to Garrett Van Wy. Back to the far point. Rounds his shot. Stopped there by the netminder Golmer. Puck comes loose. Out to the near corner. Big collision there, courtesy of Rourke Russell, who just brought down Andrew Durham, and the puck goes the other way. Garrett Halford dropped it off. Cusinelli's shot is stopped right on by Julian Syme. Loose puck cleared out of harm's way there by Austin Bolio, who goes for a line change. Andre Pizon now gains the New Jersey line and goes down. He falls into the corner boards, and the Titans regrouping here. Puck passed out to center ice. Cusinelli fires it right back in. Game there by Garrett Halford, turned over to Jeff Baum. Baum springs Ryan Burnett, who's coming off a scratched game. Sent one through the slot. Eric Yeager using his size to win that puck. But it's eventually taken by New Jersey. Stolen again from Yeager. Turned over in the slot and corralled by Joseph Naffey, who banks it all the way down. Adam Hasek, the Slovakian native, turns it over behind the Wildcats net, as the puck has been iced by Ryan Burnett. So now an offensive zone draw for the Titans. About 14 and a half minutes remain in our first period of action. No score in our game. It's been evenly played up till this point. Only been 5 shots on goal. 3-2 in favor of the Wildcats. As Poikla took a big hit along the near sideboards, and he skates back to the Wildcats bench, but he's okay. Jesse Farabee for New Jersey. Tried to jar it loose. He did, but it's held in by Reisinger, who shot one, and that one stopped by the netminder Golmer easily. Puck picked up in the New Jersey zone by Seiya Hayata. Deep in Wildcat ice it goes. Gilray tying up a man there. And Dan Weaver. Weaver, the defenseman, pinched into the play. So he's got to hustle back now, but The Titans doing a very fine job in the neutral zone thus far, preventing any kind of transition game for the Wildcats. Reisinger dumps it into the New Jersey zone. Davis Sebald around the boards with it. Out to center ice it comes. Here's Ben Lown. Zatola had a blowout in the Cats zone. Lown across the blue line, offside is the call. Looked like Goodsir and Litviak, Lown's line mates, were a bit ahead of the play, so we get another whistle. 13:20 remains in our first period of Wildcats hockey presented by American Classifieds. We're still scoreless here on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink. As the puck is not won cleanly by either side. Litviak turning it over there. Berzaitis dumps it in. Rourke Russell has it. Rounds now. Takes a hit from Berzaitis, but Rounds is able to elude him and skate the puck forward. His pass a bit beyond the reach of Ben Lown. Titans get the puck back in. Rounds passes it around the near corner boards. Lown with an outlet pass, bringing Nikita Litviak, who's got a 2-on-2. Litviak decides not to shoot, delays, and goes back to Rourke Russell. Here's Ben Lown at the goal line, put one in front, and Goodsir was handcuffed there. Good defensive play made by Dan Weaver to prevent any kind of shot from Adam Goodsir, who's as hot right now as any player in the North American Hockey League. 5 goals in as many games, and 7 points. Puck gained at center ice by Van Wy and turned over. Michael Egan shot one that's soaked up and held by Julian Syme. 12:16 to go here on Rink 4. No score in your game between the Wildcats and the Titans. I'd like to thank all of you fans from both sides tuning in to the game this morning on Fast Hockey and taking some time out of your Saturday morning to join us here for some NAHL hockey as Syme hugs the post and keeps the puck out. After a wraparound attempt there from Joseph Schuler. The Nines converge in the face-off circle. The Titans 9 beat the Cats 9 on the draw. Schuler beating Van Wy. Bolio now reversing the puck behind the Cats net for Matt Hines. Hines having a look. Unable to get it to Bolio. Schuler goes down. Paisan picks up the puck, skates across the New Jersey line, goes wide on the defenseman there, and Joseph Nathy behind the net. They cycle the wagons back to the far point. A long wrist shot blocked out in front. And it could not be held in by Dalton, so he has to regroup in the neutral zone. Garrett Van Wy fires it back into the New Jersey zone as the Cats complete a line change. It's brought forth now by Seiya Hayata. Dumped into the Cat zone. Noah Gilraith is back. Finds Eric Yeager. Yeager across the red and blue line. Burnett poked it free. Goes in behind the New Jersey net, sent around the far half boards. And the Titans are able to clear out to center ice. Dalton gloves it down. Gilraith fires it off the boards. Shot immediately thereafter into the Cat zone. Dalton's got it behind his own net. Nearly coughed it up, but he rescued it and found Noah Gilraith. Gilraith with his head up all the way, sidesteps a check, and backhands a pass on to Poikola's tape. Tried to return for Gilraith, who was breaking on goal, but it was intercepted by a maze of New Jersey Titans, and they clear the puck back into the Wildcat zone. Nick Rosa is back behind his own net. Had a blowout there, taken away by Cusinelli, jabbed free by Rosa, who never gave up on the puck. And Rounds is able to give it back to Gilraith now. Gilraith's pass went off a New Jersey skate. Cats struggling a bit to clear this puck out of their own zone. They finally do, courtesy of Max Reisinger, as it went off Seiya Hayata's skate. Corralled by Dan Weaver behind the New Jersey net. Banked out to center ice. Rounds is after it. He gets to it first. Rourke Russell across the red line. Backhanded a pass to nobody in particular. He just got it across the New Jersey line as it flutters every which way out to center, and it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Offside is called by the linesman Stackholm. And Raymond Bryce slams his stick against the boards in frustration. That could have been a glorious scoring chance for the New Jersey Titans. We get another whistle. We have now crossed the halfway mark of our first period. No score in your game between the Wildcats and the New Jersey Titans. This has been a very evenly fought game. Five shots apiece, I should say. Now 6-5 in favor of New Jersey as Julian Syme makes his sixth stop of the night on Darren Brady, the defenseman out of Clarkson, Michigan. One-time blast hit the near post. What a shot there from Dan Weaver, who just let a shot go right off the face-off. Farabee tried to wedge it free, but the Cats get it out to center. Here's Dan Weaver once more. Unable to spring Schuler. Puck lofted back into the Wildcat zone, and we get a whistle. I believe they're saying icing here, or offside rather, on this play. Adam Goodser lines up across from Keegan Miller on this faceoff. Goodser now being swapped with Garrett Van Wy's line. Van Wy, of course, flanked by Austin Beaulieu and Andre Paisan, a recent experiment by head coach John LaFontaine to put the three of them together, and it paid off in a big way yesterday. But to be fair, what didn't pay off yesterday? The Cats absolutely dominant against the Kenai River Brown Bears. 7 players scoring a goal in the contest. They won the game 8-3. Goodser had 2. That was the largest margin of victory the Cats have had up till this point in the season. They had a close one to that in Topeka on game 2 of a 2-game stretch in Kansas. The Cats won that game 6-2. Beaulieu finding Matt Hines. Hines' pass went off a skate. It's turned over. Here's Miller. Couldn't pull the trigger. Good defensive play made there by Jeff Baum. Puck goes the other way. Beaulieu finding Andre Paisan. Skates across the New Jersey line. Cuts wide on the defense. Defending him every step of the way is Davis Sebald. Paisan with Baum instead goes to the other point. Hines walks in. Good fake move. He shoots. He just missed. What a stutter step there by Matt Hines to fake out Gregory Malafront. As Syme holds on to this one. Off the shot from Mike Gillott. Syme making his 7th stop. On the morning. Here's Gilraith now. Out to center ice. Litviak played it beyond the reach there of Adam Hasek. Goes in behind the net. Adam Goodser's got it. Goodser trying to go back to Dalton, but it ends up going behind the New Jersey net once more. Picked up by Nikita Litviak, who's fighting hard for that puck. Picked up by Lown. Lown, saucer pass this way for Jacob Dalton, but it eluded his stick. Jacob Dalton with a D-to-D pass. Jumped away from Gilraith. Gilraith found Dalton, who found Adam Goodser. Overskated it a bit. Dalton gets it right back and gains the New Jersey line. Dalton shoots. That one stopped by Kevin Golmer, who was square to the shot. Ben Lown picks up the loose puck once again. Turns, high slot, fires the puck, glove save, rebound, and that one stopped again by Golmer. Jacob Dalton, the defenseman, pinching into the play. Eric Yeager's got it, defended by Andrew Durham. Yeager tried to jam it back to Dalton, but it's picked off and fired short of center, but it hadn't crossed the goal line, so no icing. The Titans are able to make a change. Noah Gilreath. Eric Yeager takes a hit there, nearly ends up in the New Jersey bench. The Titans have it in their own end. Puck fired ahead off the far half boards. Rourke Russell clearing it out to center. Burnett had it whacked away from him, then stick lifted. A man there, and Adam Hasek. Good play there by Ryan Burnett, and Poikala skates it back the other way as a result. Alexei Poikala is brought down. Into the corner there by Davis Sebald. Poikla taking a few shoves from Sebald. 5 players trying to jam it loose. Finally, the Titans come up with it. Puck is lifted out to center. What a pass in front of the net. Bryce shoots, and what a save is made by Julian Syme as Bryce just crashed into the goal and knocked it off its moorings, so we get a whistle. But an incredible pass was made by the Trench Slovakian native Adam Hasek to spring Raymond Bryce on a partial breakaway. It was just him against Syme, and Syme was the better of the two. Making his 8th stop of the night. Should probably get out of the habit of saying night, as it's 9:30 in the morning here in Blaine, Minnesota. Once again, I'd like to thank you fans for taking the time out of your Saturday morning to join us here on the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Puck pushed out to center ice and into the Wildcat zone by Adam Hasek. Hasek is defended there by Jeff Baum. Puck turned over by Max Reisinger as it's picked up and fired from the point. That one stopped by Syme, and the net has once again been knocked catawampus. And once again, it was because of Raymond Bryce. Had a couple of good looks on that shift, did number 10 in white, as he skates back to the New Jersey bench. Bryce now getting a few fist bumps from his teammates. For his efforts. Loose puck off the face-off is whacked onto Beaulieu's tape. Beaulieu's pass a bit too far for Garrett Van Wy. The goaltender Golmer fed it around the near boards. Puck whacked out of midair. Beaulieu dealt it on back for Gilray, who didn't have enough time to make a play. As it's chopped onto the tape of Garrett Halford, who lost a handle on the puck. Beaulieu sends it the other way for Paisan. Check that Garrett Van Wy's shot. Easy save. A turnaround shot. Stick save is made in goal by Golmer. Dalton's blast. He fanned on it and lost his stick, and here come the Titans. It's carried across the line by Cusinelli near side. Cusinelli's shot blocked in front by Gilraith. Loose puck picked up in the slot, and that one goes wide. Schuler missed the net. He had a glorious chance, but not a lot of time to pick his shot, and he missed. Dalton still without a stick. He just rams Schuler into the boards. Good play by a stickless Dalton. One of the forwards needs to give them their stick. It's sent back to the near point. Kept in there by Brady. Brady looks, goes D to D with it. A slap shot is soaked up by Syme on Dan Weaver. And the Cats breathe a sigh of relief. And Jacob Dalton now getting some fist bumps and nods of appreciation from his coaches and teammates. He was out there for quite some time without his stick, which he lost on a one-time attempt. And you can expect some of the forwards to hear it from their coaches. As a forward, you're taught that if a defenseman loses his stick, you've got to give it to him. Just as defensemen are taught that if a goaltender's without a stick, you give it to him. Puck pushed all the way into the New Jersey zone now. The Cats clear their own end. Banked off the near half boards. Michael Egan springs a man down the near wing, and Joseph Schuler, whose backhand pass is read and picked off partially by Rourke Russell, who skates back in behind his own goal line. His pass out to center. Loose puck picked up by Adam Goodsir, who's got a one-on-one. Goodsir tries the toe drag move. He's in. He scores! An incredible goal by Adam Goodsir. That could go down as the goal of the year. Goodsir continues his hot scoring streak. He's got his 6th of the season, and it's a beauty. 1-0 Cats. What an incredible player young Adam Goodsir is turning into. Just 17 years old. He celebrated his 17th birthday 3 days ago. 4 days ago, I should say, upon the arrival here at the showcase. And he leads the Cats in goals. Nobody else is even close. He's got 6 on the season now.
For your Wildcats,
Only a couple of other Cats have 2. Sent back to the far point now, the New Jersey Titans attacking, looking to get on the board and tie this game up. In the near corner, Berzaitis jabbing it free. Baum pins Berzaitis to the boards. Loose puck corralled by Eric Yeager, who looks to get it out. Had his stick lifted a couple of times, so it's turned over. Back to the Titans. Berzaitis fed it in front. What a stop made by Syme, who just robbed Mike Gillott point blank with the glove. Nice pass there by Bruno Berzaitis to set up Mike Gillott for a point blank try. Nick Rosa versus Raymond Bryce on the faceoff. Won by Rosa. Given behind the net for Max Reisinger, who outlets the puck to center. Here's Jacob Dalton. Pass missing Rosa. Dalton's got it once more in his own end. Played out to center ice. Jonathan Lazarus gains the New Jersey line. Lazarus, a Syosset, New York native, knows a few of the players on the New Jersey bench tonight. This morning, once more I should say. Dalton dropped it off. Reisinger shot one back door. It was a shot pass and just couldn't be fired there from the goal line by Jonathan Lazarus, so New Jersey regaining control. Puck ends up in the neutral zone. Dalton shoots it right back in. Joseph Nathy with a long stretch pass on Bryce's tape. Dropped it off at the line, and the linesman Stackhawa saying it had just crossed the blue line on that high pass. So offside is ruled to be the call against New Jersey. Just over 2 minutes remain here in the first period of Wildcats hockey, presented by American Classifieds. 1-0 your score in favor of the Cats off a beautiful goal scored by Adam Goodser. A tremendous individual effort by the Cats' youngest player. And the Titan defenseman on that play is not going to want to see that on the highlight reels, but he inevitably will at some point, as that could very well go down as one of the top goals of the year. Mark Russell finding Andre Paisan, who pushes it forth there for Austin Beaulieu. He's in, he shoots, stopped there by Golmer, who just robbed Austin Beaulieu. Puck comes the other way. The Titans are able to get it out to center. A backhand pass, springing Keegan Miller, who shoots it into the Cat zone. Gloved down by Rourke Russell. Paisan now back for Rounds in his own end. Rounds his pass, fooling Beaulieu, so it's taken back in the New Jersey zone by Cusinelli. Anthony Cusinelli, the New Jersey's leading scorer. Dan Weaver floats one on net. Easy stop is made by Syme. Rounds puts on the brakes. Goes around the far boards. Nikita Litviak has it. Trying to jam it free. 1 minute remains here in this first period of action here on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink. Ben Lown across the New Jersey line has a look, put one in front, redirected on goal by Litviak and stopped by Golmer. Golmer has just made his 12th stop, or his 11th stop, I should say, facing 12 shots up till now. The only one that he conceded was a beautiful goal from Adam Goodser, which might not have been stopped by an NHL goalie. Andrew Durham guides one ahead for Mike Gillott, put one in front, the return pass. Gillott goes down, picked up by Andrew Durham once more. Gillott's got it, near half boards, turns away from Hines, wedges it free for Durham. Corralled by Matt Hines, he goes down. He's run into there along the boards by Mike Gillott. Baum reverses a pass along the far corner boards. Litviak tries to clear, but pinning him to the boards there was Dan Weaver as the Cats finally get it out to center. Puck rolls on goal behind the Titans net. And that's going to just about do it. After one period of hockey here on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink in Blaine, Minnesota, it's 1-0 in favor of the Wichita Falls Wildcats, who have number 12 in black to thank. Adam Goodser with a highlight reel goal to give his team a 1-0 lead going into the second period. Don't go too far, folks. We'll be back in just a few minutes to bring you some South Division updates from this showcase, as well as a recap of this first period.
But he came into the wrong rink to fix the issue. That's why he was looking off.
I was so scared.
Yeah, no, everything's good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Welcome back to Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink. Cats and Titans fans. I'm Alex Von Coydel, bringing you Wildcats hockey on the Wildcats Broadcasting Network. Thank you all to our YouTube listeners and to our fast hockey viewers for taking some time out of your Saturday morning to catch some pretty intense hockey here on day 4, the final day of our 2015-16 showcase, between two teams who have been undefeated at the showcase thus far, each of them 3-0 since arriving here in Blaine. And the Cats getting the better of the New Jersey Titans after 20 minutes of play, but by a very slim margin. Shots were very close, 12-10 in favor of the Cats. Only one of them would turn into a goal, and it was a goal for the ages, scored by number 12 in black, Adam Goodsir, whose hot goal-scoring streak continues, as he now has 6 goals in just his 6th game played. It's really been phenomenal to watch, and not sure which defenseman that was that he toe dragged all over. I believe it was Darren Brady or Dan Weaver, but Goodsir really made him look foolish and then gave the netminder Kevin Golmer absolutely no chance by burying the puck into the top shelf of the goal from the backhand to give the youngster his 6th of the year. For you Cats fans, a few updates from around the South Division here at this showcase. Only 2 other teams besides the Cats have a winning record since arriving here in Blaine. Of course, the Lone Star Brahmas do. They're 2-0-1 since arriving. Their only loss, or overtime loss, came at the hands of the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, who remain perfect on the season. They have still not lost a game, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. So they go into this morning at 7-0. Very impressive from Fairbanks. And the Odessa Jackalopes have had a relatively strong showcase. They are 2-1 since arriving here in Minnesota. As for the Topeka Roadrunners and the Corpus Christi Ice Rays, they have each dropped 2 of their 3 games, so they are each 1-2 since arriving here. And the Amarillo Bulls have really had a rough going at the showcase, to say the least, as their experience in Minnesota has been a poor one. They've lost all 3 games. They're playing the Aston Rebels as we speak. That game is scoreless, and the Bulls are being outshot 17-11. So they're really hoping to turn their fortunes around at the very end here before the long bus ride back to Amarillo, Texas. As for this game, once more, your score is 1-0 in favor of the Wichita Falls Wildcats. The lone goal coming on an Adam Goodsir one-on-one rush, in which he faked out the defenseman on a beautiful toe drag and an even better shot, which he backhanded into the top corner of the goal. And to answer your question, Cats fans, yes, I will be submitting that for goal of the week and possibly for goal of the year later down the road. That is the kind of goal you do not see all that often. You won't see too many better than that. And we will be sure to catch that on the highlight reel, which will be coming your way at some point later in the day. Thanks. Once again, the score in this game, 1-0 in favor of the Cats going into the second period. Shots on goal. The Cats lead by a very narrow margin, 12-10. Both goaltenders have been solid up till this point. Julian Symes stopping all 10 shots he has faced, and Kevin Golmer stopping 11 of the 10 tests thrown his way. 10 of the 10. Excuse me, 11 of the 12. Goodness gracious, it is early. I apologize, folks. No penalties were called in the first period for either side. Well, that's quite a different pace from yesterday's Wildcats game against the Kenai River Brown Bears. So many penalties in that game, I really just lost count. Of course, the biggest penalty coming to Austin Beaulieu, who was ejected from the game for a 4-minute double minor and spearing penalty. In which he came to the defense of his goaltender, Justin Kappelmaster, who made a big stop. Looking over the game tape, it did not really appear to be a fair call from the officials, and the Cats coaching staff was extremely unhappy with the call, visibly unhappy over on the Cats bench. The good news is there was no suspension dealt out to Austin Beaulieu, but he was unable to finish an incredible game that his team played with his teammates, as he was not allowed back on the ice for the third period. But the second period of this game is now underway, as the first face-off of the second period, brought to you by American Classifieds, has been won by the New Jersey Titans, but turned back over to the Wichita Falls Wildcats as Nikita's backhand pass misses Gilraith. It goes back in behind the Wildcats net, held in near point there by Andrew Durham, sent in behind. The New Jersey Titans looking to do some damage here with a little bit of offensive zone time, but it's turned over to Nikita Litviak, who could have a 2-on-2 with Ben Lown. Lown goes to the trailer, and Dalton, who slams his stick on the ice trying to shoot the puck. And Galat had his stick taking away the shooting lane. And as a result, it jumped over the glass and out of play, so we get our first whistle of the second period. 19:25 remaining here in period 2 on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink. Your score, Wichita Falls 1, New Jersey 0. Garrett Van Wy lines across from Keegan Miller to take the face-off in the offensive zone. It's won by the New Jersey Titans. And guided forth for Garrett Halford, who gains the Wichita Falls blue line. In behind the net, the defenseman Darren Brady pinching into the play behind the Cats net. Brady jarred it loose. Keegan Miller run into there along the corner boards, and then cross-checks Rourke Russell, no call. Alexei Poikola's pass, eluding Austin Beaulieu. Turned over in the Cat zone, a backhand pass. trickles across the blue line. The linesman saying it had not crossed, so it's still onside. The Titans still in the Cat zone. Finally, Wichita Falls able to escape out to center ice. Van Wide jams it free. Austin Beaulieu looking for the trailer, and his intended pass was for Rourke Russell, but it was picked out by Darren Brady. Fired around the Cats' end boards. Andre Pizon's got it. Turned it over as a shot from Cusinelli is partially blocked. Rolls into the far corner. Corralled by Raymond Bryce. The Titans cycle the wagons here as Bryce's one-timer goes wide. He's had as many looks as anybody on this Titans squad to get this game leveled up. He had a breakaway in the first period and a beautifully redirected shot shortly thereafter. And his one-timer in this period missed the net. Titans looking to catch the Cats in the midst of a change, but the pass was read and taken by Matt Hines, now in behind the Cats' net. Comes loose. Michael Rounds has got it. Rounds springs Eric Yeager across the line. He shoots into the glove of Kevin Golmer, and no further play. 17:40 to go in your second period of hockey here on Rink 4 at the 2015-16 showcase. The last day of a 4-day journey that has been very kind to both of these teams since arriving. Neither of the teams has on the ice right now have lost since arriving here in Blaine. The Cats have only trailed in the tournament for 5.5 minutes. Alexi Poikala shoots the puck into New Jersey ice and goes for a line change. The Titans behind their own net escape out to center. Redirected into the zone there by Raymond Bryce. And so the referee's got his arm in the air. It's going to be a penalty against the Wildcats here. Matt Hines being sent to the Wichita Falls penalty box, and the Titans getting their first chance with a man advantage here. Send out Adam Hashik to take this face-off with Anthony Cusinelli and Andrew Durham. Durham, the 6'3" Texas native, is out there. We can expect to see him screening Syme in front of the Wildcats net. Here's a pass to the far side. One-time drive redirected up high and over the cage. The trigger man there was Seiya Hayata. As the pass there from Durham was a bad one, it missed Hayata, and it comes back into the New Jersey zone. Bruno Berzaitis has it. Seiya Hayata, with his head up all the way, gains the red line and blasts it off of Dalton's skate, it appeared. And he had to shake that one off, but he's okay. In the neutral zone, Adam Hashik for Bruno Berzaitis. Delays. Fed one across. Adam Hashik back to the point. Seiya Hayata. Bruno Berzaitis. Hayata winds, fakes, goes across. Adam Hashik back to Seiya Hayata. Adam Hashik. Nowhere to go. Hayata's one-time drive is stopped with the right pad of Julian Syme. Picked up there in the near corner by Bruno Berzaitis. Seiya Hayata fakes the slap shot, goes across to the far circle. Seiya Hayata gets it once more. Hayata, Berzaitis shoots. That one missed the net. And the referee believes that the net was knocked loose off its pegs, so bit of a break favoring the Cats here as they get a whistle after having faced some ferocious New Jersey one-timers. They've got about 45 seconds left to go on their first power play of the game to the New Jersey Titans. Keegan Miller to take the draw against Eric Yeager. Miller won it, but it's loosened a couple of skates and finally cleared out of there by Michael Rounds. The other number 23, Darren Brady's got it in his own end. Darren Brady for the Titans. Drops it off. Keegan Miller gains the blue line. Miller shot one. That goes well high of the goal. And he is run into from behind by Rourke Russell. That's going to be a penalty against the young defenseman Russell. And the Cats add another man to their penalty box. And are forced to kill a difficult 5-on-3 for the next 20 seconds. Cats faced 3 5-on-3 power plays yesterday. Only conceded 1 goal while shorthanded by 2 men. They've only got 20 seconds before the Matt Hines penalty expires, but two defensemen and big penalty killers for the Cats are unavailable for the next 15 seconds. Seiya Hayata, backdoor. Hayata one-times it. That one's stopped by Syme. He didn't see it, but he stopped it. Adam Hasek has it. Seiya Hayata walks the blue line, head fakes, backdoor pass, and that one goes wide. What a pass there by Bruno Berzaitis on the tape for Anthony Cusinelli, who missed the net. As one of the Wildcats' penalties has come to an end. As the backdoor attempt comes back and a drive, and they score. It is Bruno Berzaitis who let it rip from the slot. He was open and the puck found its way onto his tape, and the Titans have tied this game on the power play. It's 1-1. Face-off is won by the Cats. Gained by Nikita Litviak near side. Shoots into the glove of Kevin Golmer.
Assist came from number 15, Andrew Durham. That goal came at 14:47.
Golmer makes his 13th stop
From Durham, a power play
on the
goal
morning.
for the
Good
Titans
sir
at
to take the draw
14:47.
against Keegan Miller. Lown picks it up, turns and keeps the puck alive beautifully. Nikita Litviak dropped it off. Ben Lown returns. Litviak shoots. What a stick save. Incredible stop by Kevin Golmer. Litviak had all the room in the world, it appeared, and Kevin Golmer made the stop with his stick. Puck cleared all the way down into the Wichita Falls zone. No icing here. Gilraith defending. Garrett Halford turning. Tried to center for Cusinelli, but he was behind the net. Ben Lown ends up with it. He skates it down the far wing. Ben Lown with an incredible return pass for Nikita Litviak on the last shift, as Gilreath's pass was behind Garrett Van Wy as the puck goes the other way in favor of New Jersey. Carried across the Wichita Falls line by Garrett Halford, who sent one into the middle, but nobody's there except for Nikita Litviak, who takes a slash from behind by Keegan Miller, but no call. Puck in the slot, picked up by Dalton. Gilreath has to backhand one out of danger. Turned over there, a shot, fought off by Syme. Loose puck cleared out of harm's way by Jacob Dalton. Garrett Van Wy trying to get the puck out, but he can't. Joseph Nathy put it in behind the Cats' net. Syme tried to cover on, but he couldn't do it. Garrett Van Wy picks it up now and skates it out of danger. Van Wy through the neutral zone, gains the red line. Lost a handle on it, then takes a hit. Dalton just clears it right back in. Kevin Golmer behind the New Jersey net goes around the boards. Joseph Nathy played it out to center. Andre Paisan back across the New Jersey line. Takes a shot that fluttered in behind the net. Rosa goes down, and the Titans go the other way with the puck. The outlet pass missing Gregory Malafront. Joe Zatola, the defenseman, pinching into the play, and a shot from the backdoor attempt is stopped by Julian Syme on Gregory Malafront. 12:48 to go here in the second period of hockey here on Rink 4 in the Schwann Super Rink in Blaine, Minnesota. 1-1 your score. This game all tied up. Goals being scored by Adam Goodsir for Wichita Falls and Bruno Berzaitis from New Jersey. Here's Max Reisinger down the left wing side. Springs Nick Rosa, who gains the line. Nick Rosa put it in front. A shot from Lazarus. It's loose on the doorstep and covered up and held by Kevin Golmer. Then some pushing and shoving ensues after the fact. Jonathan Lazarus, a New York native and very much a New York Rangers fan. Certainly not a fan of New Jersey. And he has made that known to some of his adversaries on the ice tonight. Matt Hines played one in behind the New Jersey net. Lazarus backhands the puck in around the boards. Out to center, Farabee clears. Beyond the reach of Adam Hasek, slams on the brakes. The Slovakian winger turned it over. Regained at center and fired in behind the Wichita Falls net. Jeff Baum is back, pressured there by Raymond Bryce. Hines takes a hit from behind. No call against the Titans. Centering pass from out in front. Cleared out of danger there by Jonathan Lazarus, who gets it all the way down. No icing against the Cats. Puck turned over in the neutral zone. Good stick there by Eric Yeager. It's dumped in behind the New Jersey net. Raymond Bryce battling for it, as is Yeager. Ryan Burnett is out there as well. Burnett shoving Seiya Hayata there. Puck comes loose. Yeager with it is tripped. No penalty once more against the Titans, who have gotten away with quite a few up until now. Puck sent into the middle, intercepted by Ryan Burnett in the Cat zone. Kicked loose, given back to the near point in the Cat zone. Nathy returns the pass into the corner. Hasek sent it down low. Michael Rounds takes a man out of the play there, and Raymond Bryce, and the Cats send it to the blue line, but not out. Held in, long shot, stick save Syme. Rourke rustles after the loose puck, he picks it up. Behind the Cats net now for Michael Rounds, who looks ahead and passed it off his defensive partner's skate. Nathy pass to the left wing side, centering attempt, and that one is steered wide by Andrew Durham. Berzaitis keeps it alive. As we get another whistle stopping play, as once again that net was knocked loose off its moorings. Darren Brady pinched into the play and looked to have a good scoring chance there, but he fell down. The New Jersey Titans wanting a penalty. Ten and a half to go here in the second period. We're nearing the halfway point of regulation time. 1-1 your score. Jacob Dalton.
10:26 remaining in the second. Minor penalty assessed to Wildcats player number 20.
And it looks like
Rounds. 2 minutes for
the trip
tripping.
on Darren Brady has come to fruition. It's a penalty against the other number 23 for the Cats, Michael Rounds, who's again in the penalty box. He was in there quite a bit last night. Here's a pass into the front. A shot attempted, stopped by Syme. Sent around the boards, but not out. Held in. Schuler in the deep slot, looking for a shooting lane. Doesn't find one, so he passes off instead. Back to the point. Darren Brady shot. Pad save Syme, and the puck is cleared all the way down. On goal from the Cats. Corralled by Darren Brady as the Cats make a partial line change. Brady now skating with it. Dropped it off for Keegan Miller. Miller gains the red line and fires it behind Julian Syme's net. Syme is out to play the puck and fires it around the boards. Austin Bolio's waiting for it. He's got some speed on a 2-on-1 with Paisan breaking down the far side. Bolio skates in, shoots, pad save, rebound. Paisan hit the side of the net. Bolio now. Oh, and the net has been knocked off of its moorings by the goaltender, Kevin Golmer. And boy, are the Titans getting away with one here. The Cats were swarming in the Titans zone and certainly would have had an opportunity, but the net was knocked clean off of its pegs by the goaltender, Kevin Golmer. No penalty against the Titans, who again get away with one. As the puck is fired back to the near point. Kept alive by Bruno Berzaitis. Jeff Baum ties up a Titan behind the Cats net. Corralled by Adam Hasek, sent to the near point. Berzaitis has it. Into the corner there, Anthony Cusinelli back for Berzaitis, who's got the lone New Jersey goal. Cross-ice pass, and a penalty is going to be called here. looks like it's going to be a slash against the New Jersey Titans. Andrew Durham was fighting hard for net front positioning there in front of Julian Syme, but now he's being sent to the Titans penalty box. And after killing the next 23 seconds of 4-on-4 play, the Cats will have an opportunity on a partial power play, which will be their first look on the man advantage this morning. Adam Goodsir, Ben Lown, Rourke Russell, and Max Reisinger on the ice for the 4-on-4 for the Cats. Anthony Cusinelli, Davis Sebald, Keegan Miller, and Andrew Durham, Dan Weaver on the ice for the New Jersey Titans. Goodsir taking down Weaver. Loose puck sent back from the point from Lown. Rourke Russell walks in, drops it off. Ben Lown. Cats looking good so far on the 4-on-4, but the puck knocked loose by Anthony Cusinelli. Reversed there by Ben Lown out to center ice. Rourke Russell springs a man in at Max Reisinger as the puck is ruled to be onside. Goodsir fires, blocked in front. Loose puck picked up there by Goodsir. Cats start their first man advantage of the night. Here's Rourke Russell at the blue line. Into the far circle, Reisinger tried to feed one all the way through for Lown, but it was intercepted there by Anthony Cusinelli and fired back in behind the Cats net. Syme looking for somewhere to go with it, just leaves it for Rourke Russell, as the Cats have about 70 seconds to work their first Jim Arnold collision power play. Rourke Russell over to the far side. Ben Lown springs Litviak, who looks up, finds Van Wy. He shot one, stopped there by Gomer, who makes another big save and keeps his team tied. 7:48 to go here in the second period of hockey. Brought to you by American Classifieds. 1-1 still your score. As the New Jersey Titans are tasked with killing off an Andrew Durham slashing penalty. The Wildcats power play remains red hot. They converted on 3 of their man advantages last night. Nikita Litviak, Jeff Baum, Andre Paisan. Litviak goes to the front of the net. Bolio backdoor. Jaeger's got it now. Paisan to the front of the net. Here's Baum. Bolio fires, blocked in front. Loose puck picked up there by Paisan. And again, the net has been knocked off its moorings. And we have seen that a suspiciously high number of times throughout this entire showcase from both sides. Saw the Cats guilty of it a few times last night against Kenai. Tonight it's happened a few times on both sides of the rink. Andre Paisan, Nikita Litviak with it now, back for Paisan in the deep slot. Austin Bolio near circle, back for Baum, will he shoot? No. Green, Jaeger picks it up, he sent one in front. Owen Paisan just couldn't stuff it home. Picked up far corner there by Nikita Litviak. 15 seconds to go on the advantage. Jeff Baum fires through the screen, redirected wide of the net. Picked up near corner. Austin Bolio with Andre Paisan, goes to Baum, returns, Bolio, Baum, bombs away from there, and that one is stopped by the netminder Gomer. Picked up by Nikita Litviak, jumps up in the air, both teams back to full strength. Miller's out of the box. Here's a stuff attempt from the side from Litviak, knocked wide and cleared around the boards. Back out to center ice, Baum's got to gun it down. He's pressured by a couple of Titans, and Baum did well to regain possession of that puck and shoot it back out to center ice. Picked up by Jaeger, springs Bolio, back across the line. Bolio has a look, his pass missing Jaeger, as Bryce is hauled down by Austin Bolio. Jaeger jarred it loose, but to the wrong man. Schuler across the line there for Mike Gilat. Mike Gilat's got it now in the Wildcat zone, trying to kill a bit of time as his teammates complete a line change. Gilraith pinning Gilat to the boards, and the Cats end up with it and win the battle. Here comes Jonathan Lazarus. Dropped it off for the trigger man. Dalton fired one just wide. He was hoping for Reisinger's stick, but it was just a bit too far in front of him as Bryce skates it back the other way. Bryce eludes a check there, and Gilraith knocked loose near point in the Cat zone. Seiya Hayata had it stolen off his stick. Jonathan Lazarus with a backhand blind pass gets it right back. Lazarus dropped it off. Reisinger's got it. He shoots. Stopped there by Golmer. Loose puck cleared out to Reisinger again, who's shot one wide again. Picked up there by Jacob Dalton. Delays. Lazarus turns. Seiya Hayata defending him every inch of the way. Lazarus's pass back to the blue line. Gilraith hesitates, doesn't shoot. Jacob Dalton near point. Walks in, takes the shot, he scores through the screen. It wasn't a hard shot, but it certainly was an accurate one, and the Cats converge to take a 2-1 lead. What a shot from the blue line by Jacob Dalton. And the Cats regain a 1-goal lead. They're up 2-1. After an offensive zone surge in the New Jersey end.
Scoring for the Wichita Falls Wildcats, number 4, Jake Dalton.
Puck is picked up by Anthony Cusinelli.
And number 19, Max Ressinger.
Garrett Halford, I should say, goes around the half boards with it. Michael Rounds has it now. He's pinned to the end boards behind the Cats' net. Rounds escaping with it. A backhand pass out to center. Adam Goodsir across the line for Ben Lau. The return pass. Goodsir's got a man breaking down the middle in Litviak, but he couldn't get it to him. Goodsir now behind the net, trying to jam it free. Picked up by Dan Weaver, who clears it out to center ice. Halford. Keegan Miller with a toe drag move, tried to stick handle past every Cat on the ice, and it's turned over eventually behind the Wildcat zone. Michael Rounds. Missing Litviak, who is going to the bench for a line change, but Beaulieu negates the icing as he's there to touch up. Pinned to the boards by Sebald. Loose puck picked up by Weaver, and the Titans are able to clear. Out to the neutral zone. Garrett Halford's got it. Offside is ruled to be the call against the Titans, so both teams completing line changes here. Puck is fired in behind the Wildcats net and around the end boards. Andrew Durham's got it. Austin Beaulieu chipped it out to center. Bruno Berzaitis. Darren Brady gave it away. Got it right back in his own end. Berzaitis, the lone Titan goal scorer, fed one rink wide on and off of Gilat's tape, who was brought down by Jeff Baum. Once again, these Titans fans relentlessly begging the officials for a penalty. Puck is sent into the middle of the ice for Garrett Van Wy. And again, the Titans fans and the coaching staff wanting a penalty. They want one for every hit, it appears. As look out, folks, Garrett Van Wy is down in the Wildcats zone in the near corner. And it looks like he could be hurt. Every player and both coaches on the Cats bench looking over there now with some concern on their faces as Garrett Van Wy labors with the aid of Andre Paisan. Slowly but surely back to the Cats bench. Van Wy very gingerly now getting back onto the Wildcats bench. And looks like he should be okay, but there's certainly a scare there. There's the trainer now checking him out. Play continues, delayed penalty upcoming. It's going to be against the Titans. And it's going to be for high sticking. Cats go back to the man advantage. It's going to be Jesse Farabee going to the Titans penalty box, and New Jersey head coach Rich McKenna wants an explanation from the official Keeman. Cats were unable to convert on their first Jim Arnold Collision power play, but they certainly earned themselves quite a few scoring chances, one of which was a point-blank try from Nikita Litviak, which Kevin Gomer miraculously kept out of the net. Goodsir getting kicked from the face-off circle. He's replaced by Ben Lown, who won the draw. Alexei Poikula into the deep slot for Jacob Dalton, who's got a goal on the night. Fakes the shot, feeds it for Ben Lown. Lown returns, Dalton gives it back to him. Lown, top of the circle, switches places there with Dalton. No shooting lane, into the corner for Alexei Poikula. Goes back to Ben Lown. Lown walks the blue line, gives it back. Poikula, far circle in front. Reisinger tried to stuff it in, and with the paddle down was Gomer. So no luck for Reisinger. In behind the net now, Alexei Poikula turns away from Weaver, who's trying to knock it off his stick. Comes loose, back to the point, back door for Reisinger. He steps in and shoots one that goes through the blue paint and wide. Lown having to gun it down. He keeps it in at the blue line. Jacob Dalton maintains control. Cats get set on this overload power play. Poikula, Lown, hammers a shot from the blue line, and that one is stopped by Gomer. Picked up once more by Jacob Dalton. Back for Lown, deep slot. Dalton, cross-ice pass. Max Reisinger's got it. Poikula's in front of the net. Delton back to Lown. The Cats have kept the puck in the New Jersey zone this entire power play thus far. Until now, a bad pass from Alexei Poikula ends up in the neutral zone, and the Cats make a line change here and bring out their second power play unit. Jake Dalton gains the blue line. Fed one rink wide onto Paisan's tape. Paisan into the goal line there for Yeager, gets the return. Paisan shoots, redirected wide, and covered at the side of the net there by the goaltender, Kevin Gomer. Dalton swapping there with Jeff Baum, who's now getting some instruction from assistant coach and defensive specialist Josh Nelson at the Wichita Falls bench. It looks like Nelson is convincing some of his defensemen on the bench there to add a little bit more deception when they've got the puck at the blue line, as that was really Nelson's bread and butter when he played. He wasn't the biggest or most athletic guy on the ice, but he was certainly one of the smarter players and one of the savvier ones as well. His deception is what made him such an incredible defenseman for Minnesota State University, I should say. As a shot from Baum goes wide and went off the backboards and cleared out of harm's way. Picked up by Austin Beaulieu as the New Jersey Titans have killed the penalty. Beaulieu's got it near half boards, and the Titans clear the puck out to neutral ice. Baum gloves it down. He's got to hurry. He picks it up and turns. Nikita Litviak pushes it forth, gains the blue line. Goes to Andre Paisan. Far circle, takes a shot, redirected wide. Picked up by Andrew Durham and sent ahead, but not out. Durham in his own end takes a hit from Yeager. Beaulieu runs into the end boards and then gets pushed into the net, which is still on its moorings for a change as a turnaround shot from Yeager is stopped. Joseph Nathy fires it around the glass. Malafront has it, turned it over at the line. Jeff Baum tried to play it beyond his reach, and he did. Baum for Yeager. Yeager steps in. He's got Reisinger in the slot, but he couldn't pass it to him. He is boarded there hard by Andrew Durham, and Lazarus didn't like it one bit. Lazarus giving him plenty of pushes and shoves, and now Lazarus taking a few of his own. It was going to be a penalty against Andrew Durham, but now we might have something extra against Jonathan Lazarus, who jumped into the fray. Just 10 seconds remaining in this period here, folks. And the Cats lead 2-1 and may or may not get a chance on the man advantage, depending on whether the official feels some retaliatory penalty is necessary to be assessed against Lazarus after he started getting into it with Andrew Durham from the boarding penalty on Eric Yeager. Max Reisinger joins Raymond Bryce out in the neutral zone to discuss the call, and we do see Lazarus in the penalty box now for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. The official now explaining his decision to the timekeepers. Looks like could be 4 skaters aside here for both squads. Nope, Reisinger being sent back out, so it is a power play, and now Reisinger going back to the bench. The players don't even know what's going on. Goodsir wins the draw. It is a power play for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. Their second opportunity with a Jim Arnold Collision power play. Their third, I should say. They're 0 for 2 on the night. As Taliu blows his whistle and will drop the puck in the near circle to the right of goaltender Kevin Gomer. Goodsir's line is out here for this third Jim Arnold Collision power play. Rounds backhands one off the skate of Goodsir, and that's going to do it. The second period has come to an end. Your score, Wildcats 2, Titans 1 at the end of 40 minutes of play. When we come back, the Cats will continue their work on the Jim Arnold Collision power play, the likes of which they've looked pretty good on so far. Moving the puck well and getting some good shots through traffic, but to no avail. Kevin Gomer has stopped every power play shot fired his direction. But the Cats will look to change that when we come back for third period action, brought to you by American Classified. Stay tuned, fans. We'll have some updates from around the league and a recap of the game up to this point in just a few moments. Welcome to your second intermission report, fans. I'm Alex Von Koidel, bringing you Wildcats hockey on the Wildcats Broadcasting Network. To recap this game up until now, your Wildcats are leading the New Jersey Titans by a score of 2-1 here on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink in Blaine, Minnesota. And on day 4 of the 2015-16 showcase, the last day, these players and these teams have the opportunity to show to all the scouts and coaches and college recruiters in the area what they're made of. And so far, it looks pretty good for both of these teams. Both of them enter this game 3-0 since arriving here in Blaine, Minnesota. The Cats getting the better of the Titans up until this point in the game. However, after the first 40 minutes, the Cats lead the Titans by a score of 2-1, and they lead in the shots department 25-16. And they will enter the third period on their third Jim Arnold collision power play of the game, as Andrew Durham will be serving a boarding or hitting from behind penalty. Not sure what the call ended up being, but regardless, it was an ugly hit there on Eric Yeager in the corner. So the Cats will look to take advantage for the first time with the man advantage. They haven't been able to do it thus far, even though they've looked extremely well on the power play tonight. This morning, I should say. Generating lots of scoring opportunities, but just not being able to put one past Kevin Gomer. The Cats, of course, entered this game with a very good power play unit. Coming through on 26.3% of their opportunities with the man advantage going into this game, which is third in the North American Hockey League behind only Aberdeen and Amarillo. Interesting to see such a high success rate for the Amarillo Bulls, who have not had a very high success rate as a whole since arriving here in Blaine. They have lost all 3 of their games thus far, and as we speak, they're playing a game against the Aston Rebels, a game which they're losing 2-0. Goals in that game were scored by Guy Roby and Frank Spellman of Aston, who shared the same hotel as the Wichita Falls Wildcats for the week here in Blaine, Minnesota. Amarillo looking to avoid being swept here in Minnesota before heading back on a long and presumably painful bus ride back to West Texas. Some other updates around the league. Only one other team is playing at the moment, and they are a longtime rival of the Wichita Falls Wildcats. The Topeka Roadrunners have a 3-0 lead over the NAHL's new Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, who have also struggled in the showcase up to this point. They were really humiliated in their debut here in Minnesota against the Austin Bruins, a game which they lost 8-0. And things haven't really gotten better for Wilkes-Barre Scranton. They're trailing Topeka 3-0. Right now, that game in the second period, early on. 2 goals were scored by Cam Strong in the contest, one by defenseman John O'Connor on the power play. Topeka hoping to take the split here in Minnesota. They are 1-2 thus far in their showcase experience. The Lone Star Brahmas are 2-0-1 from the South Division. Their only loss came in overtime at the hands of the perfect Fairbanks Ice Dogs, who have yet to lose a game at all this season. The Bulls, as mentioned, are 0-3 and fixing to be 0-4 if they don't turn things around against Aston. here this morning. The Corpus Christi Ice Rays are 1-2, and the Odessa Jackalopes are 2-1. Just for a couple of South Division updates for all you Cats fans listening out there. If the Cats manage to win this game, then they will move 3 points ahead of the Lone Star Brahmas for first place in the South Division. As of right now, they are in sole possession of first place, as are the New Jersey Titans. Oh, no, they are not. They were caught by the Johnstown Tomahawks after their win last night. The Tomahawks, big rivals of the Titans, are also perfect in their showcase, one of just 4 teams who haven't lost since arriving here in Blaine. 2 of them are on the ice right now and are ready to take the third period face-off to conclude the final 20 minutes of a very exciting saga that has been the 2015-16 showcase, as Eric Yeager gains the New Jersey line now and sets up shop on this Jim Arnold collision power play. They've got about a minute and 40 seconds to work the man advantage to the Cats. Here's Jeff Baum, blue line. Bolio shot redirected way high of the goal and up and over the glass and out of play. The third period of Wildcats hockey is brought to you by American Classifieds. Eric Yeager will take this draw against Raymond Bryce. Won by Yeager, picked up by Bolio, given to Jeff Baum, sent into the middle for Litviak, gained cross ice there by Andre Paisan, returns for Litviak. Deep slot now, Jeff Baum walks the blue line. He will not shoot, dishes for Bolio, he shoots. That one hit a body out in front and goes wide. A pass into the middle, down goes Yeager, and the New Jersey Titans are able to clear out into center ice, but no further. Jeff Baum for Paisan, for Bolio across the New Jersey line. Bolio slams on the brakes, looks to the back, goes to Baum, bombs away from there, and that one is stopped. Rebound picked up and cleared out of harm's way there by the Titans, and cleared out to center ice where it's picked up and hammered back into the Wichita Falls zone. Bryce with a shot, glove save sign, picked up by Litviak, who looks to catch the Titans in a change, but he'll just safely play it back to Jeff Baum, who takes a look from behind his own net, and the Cats make a line change and regroup. Baum left it there for Ben Lown. Lown storms across the New Jersey line, takes it into the corner. Lown still in possession of the puck. With a backhand pass to the point for Russell. Reisinger's cross-ice pass on the tape for Van Wy, who couldn't tuck it in front there for Adam Goodsir, who's parked out in front. Ben Lown, saucer pass to the blue line. Russell's one-time drive is blocked out in front. Russell keeps it alive, redirected into the near corner. Goodsir hustling after it, but it's slammed emphatically off the boards and around. And hustling after it is Bruno Berzaitis, who's going to get to it first. Berzaitis ridden into the boards there by Rourke Russell, who's aided by Reisinger, but the Jim Arnold collision power play has come to its end for the third time, and the Cats have failed to convert despite generating quite a few scoring opportunities. Van Wy's got it. Far circle, guides it in behind. Reisinger passed it into the middle, knocked away from Lown. Held in once more by Van Wy and turned over at the line. And here come the Titans. It is brought the other way across the Wichita Falls line by Miller, whose shot is stopped by Simon, played safely back to him by veteran forward Max Reisinger. And Simon was a bit dazed from that last shot. It looked like it hit him funny on the hand, and he is in some pain here, folks. Julian Syme taking his glove off and checking his hand out. He's now surrounded by a few Cats players, showing their support and their appreciation to their 17-year-old Canadian goaltender, and he appears to be okay. Simon's back with his equipment on, and the official gets set to drop the puck here in the near circle in the Wichita Falls zone, which was won by the Cats and backhanded around the end boards. Alexei Poikula sauces one out to the neutral zone. Nick Rosa couldn't corral the puck. Dalton played it to himself there in the neutral zone. His pass missing Burnett. Picked off and sent the other way in the neutral zone. Nick Rosa, backhand dumps the puck in, wide of the goal. Fired around the end boards. Darren Brady trying to clear. Reversed along the near boards, kept in by Nick Rosa. Rosa into the corner. Burnett with it now. Alexei Poikala turns away from the check. He's got Gilreath at the far point and goes to him. His shot stopped there by Kevin Golmer. Ryan Burnett jamming it loose. Picked up by Rosa. Banked off the far half boards. Out to the far point. Noah Gilreath passed one beautifully onto Rosa's tape, who couldn't get a clean shot away. And Poikala shot one. Cleared out of midair there by Kevin Golmer. That was heading into the net. What an athletic stop by Kevin Golmer, who displayed his hand-eye coordination by whacking that puck out of midair before it had crossed the goal line. Good stick save there made by the Floortown, Pennsylvania native, Kevin Golmer. Here comes Garrett Van Wy down the near wing. Van Wy chips it past the defender and goes for it, but it's picked up by Joseph Nathy in behind the New Jersey net, and it's sent rink wide. Look out, a chance here for the Titans. Moving on in was Cusinelli, but the puck bounced on him and he couldn't pull the trigger. Andre Paisan now. Uh-oh, dangerous pass, and they score. Paisan with an egregious pass. It went off of Julian Symes' stick, and it was turned over. And the New Jersey Titans were just handed a gift. And they have tied this game. Not sure who that was out in front of the net, but we'll be sending Andre Paisan a thank you letter for that. Paisan has been an extremely reliable player for head coach LaFontaine and the Wildcats.
Scoring for the New Jersey Titans, number 10, Raymond
The goal is credited to Raymond Bryce, who's been all over the Cats. Quite a few shifts here this morning, and he finally gets rewarded with a goal. As I was saying about Paisan, he's seen a lot of time on both the man advantage and the penalty kill, and he's made some very smart decisions throughout this season. That was a rare sight to see. Just had a bit of a mental lapse and passed it to his goaltender, Julian Syme, instead of the defenseman behind the Cats' net, and Syme was not prepared for it, as it just topped off his stick and right onto the tape of Raymond Bryce, who just had to tuck it into a wide open net. Miller's got it now. Tried to center, intercepted by Rourke Russell, and there goes Lazarus the other way. Lazarus gains the New Jersey line and takes it wide on the defender. In behind the net now, Lazarus still with it, holds on, protects the puck, goes back to Litviak, who wanted to one-time it, but it was redirected onto his tape. Litviak now turns, shot, redirected on goal, stopped there by Golmer. Puck pops loose behind the net. Ben Lowndes got it once again. Switching places with Jacob Dalton. Lown guides it on across. Gilreath shot it, stopped by Golmer. Loose puck behind the net, picked up by Adam Goodsir. Goodsir now, near circle. Back to Lown for Dalton. D-to-D pass for Gilreath. His shot goes wide. Ben Lown tried to center one. It went off a stick. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty here against the Wildcats, as Adam Goodsir is being sent to the Cats penalty box, and he doesn't like it one bit as he expresses his disagreement with the officials, but the young star center for the Wildcats will be unavailable for this penalty kill, as he's down in the box with his head down, and Bolio now discussing the call with the official. Not sure what the call was against Goodsir, but it leaves the Cats shorthanded once more. They've killed off 2 of the 3 penalties they've faced up to this point, and the Titans looking to capitalize now with some momentum on their 4th man advantage. Seiya Hayata gets it in the deep slot. Sent one for Bruno Berzaitis, back to Seiya Hayata. This way, Adam Hasek walks in and shoots, blocked by Hines. Picked up by Baum behind the net. Cusinelli reverses it back to the far point as the pass comes back out to the neutral zone. Adam Hasek over the line for Schuler, who's hauled down by Matt Hines. No penalty against number 8 in black. Jeff Baum shoots it off the glass and down, and the Cats are able to clear the zone as Paisan, Bolio, Baum, and Hines skate off. And Russell, Rounds, Reisinger, and Lown take the ice. Seiya Hayata's drive is on net, stopped by Syme. Rounds picks it up and shoots it off of Dalton in the Wichita Falls bench, as Dalton now gets a couple of fist bumps from some neighboring teammates there for taking that bullet to his elbow, it appeared. And a few chuckles on the Cats bench as well. Reisinger now being swapped with Eric Yeager because of his face-off abilities, but the officials saying that's illegal. And now Reisinger being kicked from the circle and Lown taking his place. Lown is 2 for 2 on face-offs. He hasn't taken a whole lot of them this year, but when he has, he's done a good job. Now it's played behind the New Jersey net and out through the neutral zone. Lead pass ahead on the tape for Michael Egan, who lost a handle on it, and the Cats are able to send it ahead, but not out. Lown jamming away for the loose puck. Picked up by Michael Egan. Into the far corner it goes. Raymond Bryce for Miller. Keegan Miller's got it, walks into the slot, shoots, hit the post. Back to the point again, Darren Brady has it. Far circle, now far corner. Raymond Bryce, Brady, Farabee, no lane. Gives it to Keegan Miller near circle. Miller looks for somewhere to go, slides it back to Farabee, who shoots and scores through the screen. Julian Syme never saw it. And the New Jersey Titans have their first lead of the game. It's 3-2 on the power play. You gotta wonder if that hand injury might be in Julian Syme's head a bit, folks. It's not really been the same since he was shaken up after making a glove save. And look out, the New Jersey goaltender had a blowout behind his own net. Van Wyde tried to center. Back to the far point, Noah Gilreath hammers a shot, redirected, save made, loose puck in the slot, cleared. Out to center, Jacob Dalton gloves it down, turns. Andre Paisan backhands one in behind the Titans' net. Matthew springs Schuler, who dumps it in behind Syme's net. Paisan tried to clear, he couldn't do it. Puck sent through the slot. Dalton clears it off the boards, out to Garrett Van Wy. Jacob Dalton now. Back across the line, Ben Lown takes it wide on Nathie, centers one, Litviak shoots, he scores! Nikita Litviak picked up the loose puck after a Jacob Dalton centering attempt missed Ben Lown. Litviak hammers it home and ties the game back up at 3. Boy, that lead that the Titans had did not last long. Julian Syme had skated over to the Cats bench for a few moments. Kappelmaster now getting his mask on. We might be seeing a switch in goal here, folks. Kappelmaster's got his equipment ready, but Syme insisting he's okay.
Scoring for the Wichita Falls Wildcats, number 25, Nikita
Sebald out to the neutral zone. Berzaitis with a drop pass that misses Miller. Keegan Miller holds on. Jeff Baum took it away from him. Ben Lown looks to lead the rush the other way. Gains the red line and dumps it on goal. Stick save is made by Dolmer. Hines has it in front of the New Jersey bench, and you get a stoppage. The official might have just lost sight of it there through all the confusion. A long shot from the neutral zone is stopped with the blocker of Julian Syme. Puck bounces every which way. Good stick lift by Yeager. Kicked by Baum. Offside is called against the New Jersey Titans as Raymond Bryce was offside when Cusinelli carried across the line, and Bryce now giving him a stick tap, saying, hey, just wait another second or two and you're good. Carried across the Cats line, banked off the near half boards, sent on goal. Syme made the glove save and left it there for Rourke Russell. Michael Rounds dropped it off for Yeager. Out to center, Alexei Poikala gains the red line and fires it in. Behind the New Jersey net, it's brought forth by Seiya Hayata. Puck dumped wide of the Wichita Falls net. Darren Brady's pass went off of Reisinger, but he was short of center when it happened, so icing is called against the Cats. Halfway through our final regulation time period, 3-3 the score. Shots on goal, favor of the Wildcats, 30-24. The Cats are now tasked with a defensive zone face-off. And it looks like we could be getting a timeout here.
Timeout, Wildcats.
As John LaFontaine elects to use it now as opposed to later to regroup his troops. And you see the goaltenders over at the Wichita Falls bench, Julian Syme and Justin Kappelmaster. Exchanging words with each other. Kappelmaster making sure Syme is all right after taking that bullet to his hand, after which he was shaken up a bit and conceded 2 goals. Back to back, it appeared, just minutes apart from each other. One of which was a bit of a fluky play, a mental lapse from Andre Paisan, a rare mental lapse from Paisan, in which he passed it to Syme, who was not ready for it. And it went off his stick and right onto the tape of Raymond Bryce, who made no mistake. And the next goal coming from a screen shot, which Syme couldn't really see. Well, he's not really to blame for the 2 goals that have been scored on him this period, but you can't help but wonder if that hand injury hasn't gotten into his head a little bit. Lazarus now fell down. Look out, the Titans look to lead a counter rush, and a shot from the one-timer is stopped with the right pad of Julian Syme, who kicked out the leg quick enough to stop Darren Brady on that one-time drive from the near circle. Keegan Miller lines up across from Garrett Van Wy, and the Titans win the draw. Sent off the half boards and guided in behind the net. Egan's got it in the Cat zone, back to the near point. A long wrist shot redirected well wide of the goal by Garrett Van Wy. Jacob Dalton backhands it back to the point, but not out. Held in Egan. Egan looks. Near point, Darren Brady. Brady swings it in behind the net. Jacob Dalton's first to it. Reverses the puck around the far half boards. Bolio to Van Wy. He couldn't clear. Fired behind the Cats' net. New Jersey has been applying some pressure here the last few minutes in the Wildcat zone, and finally Wichita Falls able to escape their own end with it. Bolio lost a handle on it. Nathy this way for Darren Brady. Pass into the middle for Egan. Michael Egan gains the Wichita Falls line, but he turned it over. Jacob Dalton in his own zone for Noah Gilraith, his defensive partner for the night. Garrett Van Wy now. Outlets one for Ben Lown down the right wing. He crosses the New Jersey line. Ben Lown puts on the brakes and fakes out Darren Brady a couple of times. Nikita Litviak in the slot. Shoots! Glove save by Kevin Gomer. And no further play. 3-3 your score here on Rink 4 and Day 4 of the 2015-16 showcase. 8 minutes and 41 seconds remain in regulation time here between 2 undefeated teams at the showcase thus far in the Wichita Falls Wildcats and New Jersey Titans. Here's Ben Lown near circle, fires a shot into the glove of Kevin Gomer after it had bounced off of something. Gomer made the save. That is his 28th on the night. Puck bounces loose, picked up by Ben Lown eventually. Ben Lown with his head up, guides it back to the blue line for Jeff Baum, but it was on a delayed offside. And an offside pass constitutes another whistle as the forwards change lines, as did the defenseman now for Wichita Falls. Eric Yeager's line is back out there. And now Yeager is joined by Nick Rosa on the right side, so Coach LaFontaine perhaps doing a bit of line shuffling as Rosa started this game as the center between Jonathan Lazarus and Max Reisinger. As the Titans carry across the Wichita Falls line, Rosa guides it on back to his defenseman Michael Rounds. D-to-D pass on the tape for Rourke Russell, who's got his head up. His pass missing Rosa's tape and going all the way down. Icing is the call against the Wildcats. 7:44. Tick off the clock here on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink in Blaine, Minnesota. Your score, Wichita Falls 3, New Jersey 3. Both teams seek to remain perfect here in their Blaine, Minnesota showcase experience. Here's Nick Rosa in his own end. Play continues. Shoots it off Reisinger's tape, which was redirected the puck into the New Jersey zone. It's picked up there by Darren Brady of the Titans. He dumps it in behind the Cats net. Bryce has got it. Raymond Bryce with a goal to his credit, finding Nathy. D-to-D pass. Here's a wrist shot, stopped by Syme. Rebound picked up there by Paisan, who skates it out of trouble. Andre Paisan backhands the puck in behind the New Jersey net. Fired around the near corner boards. Jarred loose from Beaulieu to Dalton. Gives it back to Beaulieu near circle. Tried to feed it for Paisan, but he was handcuffed. Van Wy blindly fed it into the slot, and the Titans take it the other way. Anthony Cusinelli tried to sidestep 3 Wildcats. No luck doing that. Jacob Dalton for Garrett Van Wy. Across the New Jersey line, drops it off for Ben Lown, who turns with it. Ben Lown, shot one, blocked in front. Loose puck rescued again by Lown. He centered one. Van Wy was handcuffed there. Fired off the far half boards. Cleared out to center. Could be a 2-on-1. It is carried across the line by Keegan Miller. He centered one. A shot stopped by Syme, who just robbed the defenseman Dan Weaver, who jumped into the rush. Dan Weaver intercepting a pass now in the neutral zone. Springs Keegan Miller across the line. He shot one, blocked in front by Matt Hines, who joins his mates on a rush the other way. Nikita Litviak dumps it in behind the New Jersey net. Litviak gets it back. Baum calling for it. It was a bad pass from Litviak, however, so the puck ends up back at center ice. Nick Rosa dropped it off. Jeff Baum picked it up. Guides it on across for Matt Hines. Hines gains the blue line and shot that went off the glove of Kevin Gomer and trickled into the corner. That was an awkward-looking save there by Kevin Gomer, who checked out his glove after the shot. Good stick by Jeff Baum to break up a pass from the New Jersey Titans, who have been unable to enter the Wildcat zone here for a couple of minutes. As it's finally cleared into Wichita Falls ice, Michael Rounds has got it. Put one on to Nick Rosa's tape, who guides one through the middle for Max Reisinger. Reisinger's pass went off a Yeager's skate, and Rosa just clears the puck in. It's behind the New Jersey net now. Davis Sebald guides it out to center. Mike Jalot turned it over. Reisinger did a good job on the back check, and now he springs Paisan the other way. Paisan runs into Adam Heshik there, and oh man, and Heshik just gave an extra shove to Andre Paisan. He's going to get away with it, it appears. Puck now loose in the corner in the Wichita Falls zone. Comes back to the far point. Egan's shot, stopped by Syme, picked up by Rourke Russell, guided around the near corner boards. Austin Beaulieu gets it to the blue line, but not out, says the official, so play continues. And Michael Rounds is run into the boards there. And a pass in the middle, a shot, glove saved by Syme on Mike Gelat, and he keeps his team tied. 4 minutes and 18 seconds tick off the clock here in the third and final period of regulation time. 3-3 your score here on Rink 4 and Day 4 of the 2015-16 showcase. Off the tie-up in the face-off, it is eventually picked up by Raymond Bryce, who guides it in behind the Wichita Falls net. Jacob Dalton for Ben Lown. Nikita Litviak gains the blue line, he's onside. Fires the puck in around behind the boards. The pass in the middle is redirected and cleared out of harm's way by the New Jersey Titans. Anthony Cusinelli with plenty of time to clear, and he does. Brought over the Wildcats line and turned over for Dalton. Dalton's pass missing Goodsir and finding Dan Weaver instead. Weaver for New Jersey got it back into the Cat zone. Julian Syme left it off for Jacob Dalton. 3.5 to go here in the third period. 3-3 your score. Reisinger gains the New Jersey line and takes it wide on the defender, Darren Brady. Reisinger goes down into the boards. Play continues, no call. Reisinger jabs it loose. Picked up by Adam Hasek, however. And the Slovakian winger skates it back the other way. He springs Miller. He shoots, stopped by Syme, and no rebound. Just over 3 minutes remaining in your third period of Wildcats hockey presented by American Classifieds. Your score, Wichita Falls 3, New Jersey 3. Both teams have won 3 and have lost none. And each of them would like to keep it that way. Having lost no games in the showcase is be quite the milestone if they manage to pull it off. Rosa springs Max Reisinger. Gains the red line and dumps it in. Darren Brady is back for the Titans. The puck is carried across the blue line by Joseph Nathie, but turned back over. Nathie is back in his own end now, as he finds Miller, who backhands one over the net of Julian Syme. Puck is picked up by Matt Hines, who looks to lead a rush the other way. Paisan mishandled the puck. It was bouncing on him a bit, and it's taken instead by Garrett Halford for New Jersey. Banked off the near boards and into the Wildcat zone. Michael Rounds has it. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the third period. 3-3 still your score. Austin Beaulieu picks it up in the near corner. Beaulieu with nowhere to go as he's hauled down from behind there by Davis Sebald. And not sure if we're going to get a penalty here or if the official just lost sight of the puck. But we got a whistle. 2 minutes and 3 seconds tick off the clock in the final regulation time period here on Rink 4 at the Schwann Super Rink in Blaine, Minnesota. 3-3 your score. As Austin Beaulieu is skating back under his own power now to the Wildcats bench. Could have a helmet malfunction as he's taken it off and is now inspecting it. And Nikita Litviak takes his place on the ice. Goodsir's line is back out on the ice to take this neutral zone face-off against Joseph Schuler's line. Schuler won the face-off in the neutral zone. Picked up by Dan Weaver. Out to center. Berzaitis floats it into an empty corner. There's a collision there between Nikita Litviak and Joseph Schuler, but no penalty as play continues. Here's Rourke Russell down the far wing. dumps the puck in behind the New Jersey net. It goes around the backboards. Ben Lown is first to it. Tried to get it down low for Goodsir, but it was intercepted by a couple of New Jersey Titans in the area. Goodsir knocks it loose, back to Michael Rounds. Rounds, D-to-D pass, Rourke Russell, far circle, fed one rink wide that jumped away from Goodsir. A minute and 20 to go here in the period. 3-3 still your score. The Cats applying pressure in the New Jersey Titan zone. Ben Lown with it, drops it back in behind the net. Litviak tried to feed it in front for Goodsir, but it was knocked away from him. Goodsir trying to get it back for Michael Rounds, but instead goes to Litviak with it. Litviak into the slot, no lane, delays, Goodsir back door, fanned on the shot, and making the save there was Kevin Golmer. What a beautiful pass by Nikita Litviak, and Goodsir just couldn't get a clean shot away as it rolled harmlessly on goal. And Golmer comes up big once again, keeping his team tied. Boy, would that have been a dramatic finish to this game. Eric Yeager's line is back on the ice, as Raymond Bryce's line is tasked with defending the New Jersey zone for head coach Rick McKenna. The Cats end up with it in the near corner in the New Jersey zone. Rosa's got it. He put one into the middle. Reisinger couldn't pull the trigger. Noah Gilreath ends up with it. Far point, takes a shot, went off the glass and behind the net. Reisinger gets it once more. Tried to play it in behind, jarred loose. Reisinger whacks at it. That one goes through the blue paint and wide. Picked up by Yeager. Yeager for Reisinger. He had his stick lifted there. Good defensive effort made by Adam Hasek, and play goes the other way. The New Jersey Titans able to dump the puck in behind the Wildcats net. Noah Gilreath slams it off the backboards. Max Reisinger with his head up springs Eric Yeager through the middle of the ice. Yeager gains the red line, 20 seconds to go. Across the line, Rosa tried to feed it in front for Yeager. Intercepted, cleared into the middle. And finally, the New Jersey Titans are able to get the puck out of their own zone. Good pinch by Jeff Baum. He read the play and intercepted the puck, but his teammates were at the end of a shift. They complete a line change, and that's going to just about do it here for regulation time. We go to our first 3-on-3 of the season for the Wichita Falls Wildcats. We got to experience it a little bit against Lone Star in the preseason, and didn't go too well for the Cats. They lost both of those 3-on-3 stints to the Lone Star Brahmas. Stay tuned, folks. This one is just getting started. Some 3-on-3 hockey. Just 100 seconds away. And it'll be interesting to see the lineups that the coaches choose to put out there during the preseason. LaFontaine experimented with 2 defensemen and 1 forward on the 3-on-3, and it didn't pay off. So we'll see if he switches things up and goes with 2 forwards here, but he's drawing up some possible plays on the drawing board behind the bench for the Wildcats. New Jersey head coach Rick McKenna, of course, drawing up some tactics as well. So we'll have 5 minutes of newly NAHL approved 3-on-3 overtime, sudden death overtime. The first goal will be the only goal, and that will win the game. If nobody scores after 5 minutes, we go to a shootout, which is now 5 rounds long. It looks like the New Jersey Titans have made their choices for the 3 skaters. It will be Bruno Brzaitis, Darren Brady, and Keegan Miller. And for the Cats, it is Austin Bolio, Rourke Russell, and Andre Paisan taking the ice. And hold on to your hats, folks. 3-on-3 overtime commences as the Cats win the draw. Paisan shoots right away, and he misses the net up high. Bolio slams into the far half boards. Bolio stops, guides it down low for Rourke Russell, reverses into the corner for Andre Paisan. Paisan coming off the boards, back to Rourke Russell. Drops it off in the deep slot. Austin Beaulieu is defended every step of the way by Keegan Miller. Beaulieu trying to evade him. He does. Rourke Russell's shot sticked aside there by the netminder Kevin Golmer. Picked up by Andre Paisan now in the corner. Trying to get around Berzaitis. He does. Paisan to the front of the net. Stuff attempt on the wraparound, and that one is stopped by Kevin Golmer, and he holds on. Once again, the net coming off its pegs here. And we get our first whistle into the 3-on-3 overtime. Good offensive zone surge from the Cats. Now it is Raymond Bryce taking the ice for Rich McKenna's New Jersey Devils. He is joined by defenseman Dan Weaver and winger Adam Hashik. Goodsir, Lown, and Gilraith on the ice now for the Cats. Goodsir picks up the loose puck, turns behind the net. Ben Lown with a backhand pass onto Gilraith's tape. He walks the blue line, mishandled the puck due to an Adam Hashik pressure, and puck ends up in the Wichita Falls zone. It's picked up by Adam Goodsir now. Noah Gilreath has it once more. Turn the puck over, and Ben Lown has it now in his own end, behind the Wildcats' goal. Noah Gilreath emerging through the neutral zone. Delays, finds the trailer, and Ben Lown, he's got Goodsir going on net. He shoots, and Lown missed the net up high. Comes around the boards. That could have won the game. Gilreath has it now in his own end. Gilreath pressured from behind, manages to work the puck back up the wall. Ben Lown down the far wing. Yeager up the middle. Ben Lown crisscrossing with Yeager. Lown is in. He shoots, and that one is stopped by Kevin Golmer. Another big save made by number 1 in white. Yeager ended up on top of the New Jersey Titans goaltender, and he's getting an earful now from Adam Hashik, who didn't like it one bit. Now it's Yeager, Litviak, and Rounds for the Wildcats. And for the New Jersey Titans, it is Davis Sebald and Anthony Cusinelli. And Mike Shalat. Here's Nikita Litviak into the corner. Litviak, far circle, looks for somewhere to pass it. He didn't have anyone to go to, so he just reversed it in behind the Titans' net. New Jersey having yet to register their first shot on goal on the 3-on-3. Pushed up the far boards. Cusinelli played it in behind his own net. Mike Shalat has got it. Dropped it off there for Davis Sebald, who banks it off the boards. Puck bounces off the glass. Rounds couldn't play it down. Picked up by Cusinelli instead. Turned over to Yeager. He's got Litviak in the slot. He finds him. Litviak returning. Yeager had to kick it to his stick, so it ends up behind the net. Yeager now defended by Cusinelli. Fed it into an open slot. Beaulieu shot it. Save is made in goal by Golmer. Beaulieu again missed the net this time. And finally, Cusinelli gets his stick on it, and he's able to work it out to center. Anthony Cusinelli gains the red line and fires it back in behind the net of Julian Syme. Dropped it off for Garrett Van Wy, who's fresh off a line change. Van Wy getting his first look on the 3-on-3. Skates in. Van Wy shoots. He missed on the far side, and it goes around the boards and out to center. Beaulieu is back to play it. Dropped it off for Rourke Russell. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remain on the 3-on-3. Austin Beaulieu, he's got it in his own end. Banks it off the glass in the neutral zone. Out to Rourke Russell. Puck turned over there in the New Jersey zone, and it's picked up harmlessly by Darren Brady, who skates it back. Darren Brady has a look. Fires the puck across the line for Schuler, who was in front of the play there, so offside is called against the Titans. 1 minute and 50 seconds remain here in the 3-on-3 overtime period. 3-3 your score. Shots on goal favoring the Cats, 36-31 this morning here on Rink 4 and Day 4 of the 2015-16 showcase. Both teams still looking to remain perfect since arriving here in Blaine 4 days ago. Jeff Baum gains the blue line and is knocked off the puck there by Weaver. Back out into the Wildcat zone. Ben Lown has it. He's got less than 100 seconds here to make something happen, with Jeff Baum and Adam Goodsir joining him on the 3-on-3. Jeff Baum takes a look. Slid one to nobody in particular. It's picked up there by Ben Lown. Off the bounce on the far half boards. Ben Lown skates into the near circle. Doesn't have a lane. Lown looks back to Baum. Baum tried to stick handle his way past Berzaitis, no luck. Berzaitis trying to take it away from him. Goodsir gets it instead. Goodsir into the corner for Jeff Baum. Uses Lown as a decoy and then gives it to him. Lown in the far corner boards, jams it free, but to no avail as it's taken by Raymond Bryce, who skates it out of danger. Raymond Bryce across the Wichita Falls line with tons of room, takes a shot, that one missed. Played back by Rourke Russell for Michael Rounds. Two defensemen now on the ice for Wichita Falls. The pass through the middle, corralled by Andre Paisan. Russell goes to the front of the net. Paisan turns, switches there with Michael Rounds, who gets the puck now. Coming off the corner boards, Paisan mishandled the puck. Bounces back out to center ice, half a minute to go. Paisan deals it on back. Michael Rounds has it. Rounds, Russell, and Paisan are on the ice for Wichita Falls now. Rounds takes a hit in the corner there by Keegan Miller. Comes loose for Paisan in the near corner. Shoved off the puck there by Darren Brady. Paisan regains control. Will he go to Rounds? Yes, he will. Near point, Rounds having a look. Deals it for fellow defenseman Rourke Russell. Russell protects the puck, carries it in. Behind the net now, a wraparound try, and that one hit the side of the net. And that will finish 3-on-3 play.
We will move on to a three-player shootout.
And it's going to go to a shootout, a three-man shootout, I'm just being told. Will commence here between the Wichita Falls Wildcats and the New Jersey Titans, who are deadlocked in a 3-3 tie here going into this shootout. Shots remain in favor of the Wildcats, 36-31 on the morning, and that's how they will end, and we will see who the choices will be for the shootout. We haven't seen that so far. We didn't even see that in the preseason. So we'll see who LaFontaine goes with, as well as Rich McKenna from New Jersey.
Shot summary during play.
One thing to note, if there's anything that Julian Symes specializes in,
Wildcats, 36.
it is the shootout. I've been told by a number of Wildcats players that in practice towards the end when they take turns from the neutral zone, taking individual shots on Julian Syme, it's incredibly difficult to score on him. And there have been times when he's stopped all players that have taken shots on him throughout the practice. We'll see how he fares here in this shootout against New Jersey. And you had to figure this was coming. Ben Lown, who's got some of the best hands in the North American Hockey League. He is third in the league in assists. And he's got a very accurate shot and some quick hands, and we'll see what he can do here in the shootout. Lown picks up the puck at center ice, one-on-one against Kevin Gomer. Slowly carries into the slot. Lown shoots. Glove save is made by Gomer. So the Cats are 0 for 1. And now the New Jersey Titans get their first opportunity on the shootout.
Shooting for the Titans. Number 14, Gregory Malafonte.
Gregory Malafonte, who we didn't see a whole lot of throughout the game, is getting the nod to shoot first. In the shootout, one-on-one against Julian Syme. Malafont carries into the slot, goes to the backhand, then forehand, and he lost a handle on the puck in doing so. So Syme is 1 for 1. And both shooters 0 for 1 as Adam Goodsir now gets the nod to shoot second for LaFontaine and the Wildcats. Goodsir versus Gomer with some speed down the slot. Goodsir fakes and he lost the puck. Good poke check there by Kevin Gomer. Goodsir didn't even manage to get a shot away. As Gomer is now 2 for 2. Can Syme be 2 for 2? He faces off against the feared forward Anthony Cusinelli, who leads the New Jersey Titans in scoring. He's got a goal in every game in the showcase besides this one. Cusinelli now going wide on Syme to the backhand. He's stopped there by Syme. He tried to go 5-hole, and Syme had the wickets shut. both goaltenders remain perfect. And Austin Beaulieu is out to be the third shooter for LaFontaine.
18, Austin Baloo.
Both goalies have been perfect. Not a shooter has scored. Can Beaulieu change that? Beaulieu into the slot, right down the middle, fires, and he missed the net wide. And the Cats are 0 for 3. The New Jersey Titans now with a chance to win this game,
Keegan Miller.
which now rests on the stick of number 21, Keegan Miller, one of the more reliable centers for Coach Rich McKenna. And Miller's got it down the slot. Miller fakes backhander, he scores, and that'll do it. The New Jersey Titans have won Game 4 in this 4-day showcase and remain perfect. They have won all 4 of their games, and the Wildcats drop Game 4 in the shootout and have fallen to 3-0-1 in the showcase
Winning in the shootout for the New Jersey Titans.
and 4-1-1 on the season. But regardless, it was a very successful showcase for head coach LaFontaine and the Wichita Falls Wildcats, who took 7 of a possible 8 points in the standings and remain in sole possession of first place in the South Division ahead of the Lone Star Brahmas, who will play later this afternoon. And the Cats will now spend some very well-deserved time with their family members who have made the trip from all over the continent to come and watch their sons play hockey. The bus will leave from Blaine, Minnesota at 2 p.m. and will arrive back home in Wichita Falls around 4 in the morning on Sunday. The players, after spending some time with friends and family here, will get some very much needed and earned rest before heading back to Wichita Falls for their home opener against the Odessa Jackalopes. Once again, fans, I'm Alex Von Koitel. On behalf of the Wichita Falls Wildcats, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your Saturday morning to join us on the Wildcats Broadcast Network. Once again, the final score in this game, New Jersey 4, Wichita Falls 3 in the shootout, and we hope to see you next week on Saturday for the home opener. And fans, we really appreciate your support once more. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast in spite of the outcome. On behalf of the Wichita Falls Wildcats, I'm Alex Von Koitel saying thank you and enjoy the rest of your weekend.